Hello everyone, today we're gonna talk about the topic given to us, which is the key components of a computer system. So bukod sa pag-aaralan natin yung iba't ibang components ng computer system, matatakal din natin dito kung paano sila nag-work together. So there are three main components of a computer system: the hardware, the software, and the humanware. Later, madi-discuss yan isa-isa. Next, yung pinaka-importante sa mga components is the humanware kasi they are the one that use the computer. By the word itself, human. Sila yung gumagamit ng computer. So, let's begin. So, when we say computer system, it is a collection of entities. So, ayan nga sinabi ko kanina na yung three main components ng computer system, which is the hardware, software, and humanware. These entities are designed to receive, process, manage, and present information in a meaningful format. So, may four na basic units ang computer system. We have the input unit, the storage unit, and the central processing unit, and the output unit. So, ang apat na to, ang four basic units na to ay may five major operations or functions. So, it is to accept data or instructions as input. It stores data and instruction, processes data as per instruction, controls or operation under or inside the computer, and lastly, it gives results in a form of output. So, first, i-discuss natin yung input unit. So, when we say input unit, I mean, ang role pala ng input unit is to transfer raw data and control signals into the information processing system by the user before processing and computation. So, dito sa input unit, sila yung nagbibigay ng instructions. So, lahat ng input devices, unit devices, ay nagbibigay ng instruction and data na transform into binary codes that is primary memory acceptable format. So, yung may tatlong role or function yung input unit. It is to accept data and set of instructions or command. Next is to convert data in a form which the computer can accept. And lastly, provide this converted data to the computer for further processing. After input unit, we have the central processing unit. When it is also called the brain of a computer system. So, may three parts ang central processing unit. We have the control unit, the arithmetic logic unit, and lastly, the primary storage unit. And isa-isahin natin yan. First, we have the control unit. So, by the word itself, control. So, sila yung nagko-control, manage, and coordinates the operations of the entire computer system. Next, we have the arithmetic logic system. Logic unit. So, sila naman yung nag-e-execute ng mga instructions, sila yung gumagawa or nagpe-perform ng mga calculations and decisions inside the computer. Next, we have the primary storage unit. So, tinatawag din itong main memory. So, it is the storage section that holds a computer programs during the execution. And primary storage unit stores temporary results of intermediate processing. And lastly, we have the output unit. So, when we say output, it is the result of the process. So, the output units accepts the results produced by the computer, convert them into human readable form, and supply them to the users. So, output, it is the result. Next, we have the components of computer system. When we say under computer hardware, may mga components din yan. Pero let's talk about the computer system first. So, when we say computer hardware, ito yung mga internal and peripheral devices. In short, lahat ng nahahawakan mo, lahat ng nahahawakan mo sa computer is considered as computer hardware. So, example, the input device, the output device, central processing unit, and the storage device. After computer hardware, we also have the computer software. So, ito naman yung also known as programs or applications. Sila yung nagbibigay ng intelligence to the computer. So, may dalawang classification ito. We have the system software and the application software. And later on, madidiscuss yan. Next, we have the humanware. Sabi ko nga kanina na ang pinaka-importante na components ng computer system is the humanware. So, sila yung mga sila yung mga tao na nag-ooperate ng computer. So, the user commands the computer system to execute on instructions. Next, we have the components of computer hardware. So, una, we have the hardware. So, ano nga ba tong hardware? So, lahat ng machinery and equipment sa computer system is considered as hardware. So, nakakategorize ito sa kanilang role. May 5 kasi silang role or yung kung paano sila na-ooperate. First, we have the input device, the processing devices, storage devices, and the input devices. First, we have the input device. So, ito yung lahat ng devices na nagbibigay ng produces signals or input signals, instructions, kumbaga. It is also used to enter data and instructions into the computer. So, sila yung nag-translates data from form that humans understand to one that the computer can work with.
Now let's talk about the classification of input devices. First is input devices for text and messages. Okay, we have here a keyboard. It is the primary input device that is used to enter a data in a computer or any other electronic devices by pressing its keys. Napakadali po siyang gamitin kasi pinipindot mo lang yung keys niya para makapag-enter ka ng data. There are two types of keyboard. First is USB, that means may wire siya na nakakabit sa monitor. And second is wireless communication or Bluetooth. Wireless po siya. Okay, the next is graphic table. It is used by artists which allow them to draw a picture onto a computer screen without having used a mouse or keyboard. Ito naman po ay commonly used by an artist, lalo na yung mga gumagawa ngayon ng manhwa or Chinese manga and also or digital artist. Next is scanner. Dalawa, flatbed scanner and man-held scanner. It is used to capture a source of document and converts it into electronic form. Next is barcode reader. It is also known as a barcode scanner or a point of sale POS scanner. It is an input device capable of reading barcodes. Ito naman po ay commonly used lalo sa mga mall or natry nyo naman po siguro bumili sa mga mall and magbayad sa cashier. Ito po yung ginagamit nila para ma-detect kung magkano nga ba yung binili mong product. Next would be a magnetic ink character reader. It is a device and used for machine recognition or numeric data printed with magnetically charged ink. It is used on bank checks and deposit. Karamihan naman po nito ay ginagamit po sa bank mismo. Last is digital camera. A device that takes photographs and stores the image as data on a memory card. Ito naman ba yung sikat ngayon na pinangkukuha ng image. It is the digital camera. Now let's talk about the input devices for audio. First is microphone. It is an input device that allows user to input audio into their computer. Here are some of the microphone. First is audio for video, recording musical, voice recorder, computer gaming, recording voice, voice recognition, online chatting, and voice over internet protocol. Next would be MIDI keyboard. It is a controller keyboard, likely typically a piano-style electronic musical keyboard. Often with other buttons, wheel sliders used for sending MIDI signals for commands over USB, or MIDI piping cable to other musical devices or computers. Okay, the next would be input devices for video. We have here webcam, CCTV camera, digital video camera, video input. Ano nga ba yung video input muna? It is a motion image captured into computer by special input devices. Ito naman yung mga kinakapture niya yung image and sinesend niya mismo dun sa computer. Pointing device. Pointing device is an input device that allows a user to control a pointer on a screen. A pointer is a small symbol on the screen whose location and shape change as the user move a point device. First is mouse. Ito naman po yung cursor. Yung ginagamit mo sa computer, and ito po yung ginagamit mo para makontrol yung or makapunta ka dun sa gusto mong puntahan. Like, ipipindot mo yung Facebook, need mo i-control yung pointing device, which is mouse. Doon naman po susunod yung cursor mo para pumunta dun sa FB, and you can click it. First is mouse, trackball, touchpad, and joystick. Yung touchpad po is makikita pa sa laptop. Next is output devices. Hardware that is capable of delivering, showing information to one or more users. An output device displays, prints, presents the result of computer work. After processing the input data, the computer will give its output. This output can be in two different formats. Soft copy, a visual monitor or sound speakers. Hard copy, output on tangible, something you can touch, such as printer or printout. Ito naman po yung hard copy, so mahahawakan mo po mismo, that's yung tangible. Different types of output devices. First is LCD monitor, LED monitor, LCD projector, dot matrix printer, laser printer, inkjet printer, thermal printer, speaker, woofer, headset, and earphone.
So, ang tackle natin ngayon ay storage device. Storage device that it's lesson from IT living in a IT living world. So, what is storage device? Storage device is any hardware device that is used for storing, working, and extracting data, files, and objects. It can hold and store information either temporarily and permanently, and can be internal or external to a computer. For additional, storage devices are essential components of a computer system. They come in a variety of shapes and size. For like example, hard disk drive or HDD, a common storage device. A common storage device that store data. The next is optical device. Storage device that use a laser to read information from a device. So there is two type of computer storage. The first is primary storage, and the second is secondary storage. Excuse me. So now let's begin in primary storage. So what is primary storage? Primary storage is the main memory in a computer. It stores data and programs that can be accessed directly by the processor. Additionally, a computer component that store data, programs, and instructions while currently in use. So in primary storage, there are two types of primary storage, which is RAM and ROM. So let's give a difference between RAM and ROM. First is we go to the RAM. RAM is an acronym for Random Access Memory, which means the data and program in RAM can be read and written, and it stores data during the after processing. RAM is also known as a working memory. Next is ROM. By the way, RAM is random access memory and ROM is read-only memory. ROM is an acronym for read-only memory. The data to program in ROM can only be read but cannot be written at all. It's another type of memory permanently stored inside the computer. So now we proceed in secondary storage. Secondary storage is another alternative storage to save your work and documents. This can be removable internet or external. It is very useful to store programs and data for future use. It is non-volatile, which means that it do not need power to maintain the information storage. It will store the information until it erases. Like for example, the USB that we use, USB, floppy disk, hard disk, or DVD, CDR, and whatever more. So in secondary storage, he has a 3 types: magnetic medium, optical medium, and flash memory. I will explain that 3 later. Now let's proceed of the type of secondary storage. Let's go in magnetic medium. It is a non-volatile storage medium. It can be any type of storage medium that utilizes magnetic patterns to represent information. Example of magnetic storage are magnetic disks, such as floppy disks used for offline storage, hard disks used for secondary storage, and magnetic tape such as video cassette, audio storage, reel-to-reel tape. So, he has 4 types: floppy disk, hard disk, magnetic tape, and video cassette. Diba to? I don't know how to pronounce that. Now, let's give some definition about what is this 4 of type. By the way, floppy disk is a type of removable storage media used to store data on computer. Excuse me. Hard disk, a physical device that stores data on a computer. Magnetic tape is considered an older technology but is still used for its high capacity and low cost compared to other storage option, essentially for long-term data storage. And video, a process that converts video from a cassette to a digital file on a computer. Next, optical medium. It is a non-volatile storage medium. Holds content in digital form that are written and read by laser. This media include various types of CDs and DVDs. The type of optical medium is CD, CD-ROM, DVD, CDR, CDRW, DVD-RW, DVD-RAM. I don't need to explain each of DVD types because this is common naman. Now let's proceed to the last part of storage device, the flash memory. It is a solid state non-volatile readable memory that function like RAM and hard disk drive. Flash memory stores bits of electronic data in a memory cells, just like DRAM, dynamic RAM, but it's also work like a hard disk drive that when the power is turned off, the data remain in the memory. Flash memory cards and flash memory stick are example of flash memory. Type of flash memory: solid state hard device, memory stick, flash memory, micro flash memory. So, what is what is what is solid state hard device? Solid state, a type of storage device that uses flash memory to use data electronically. And memory stick is a portable storage that plug into a computer USB part. A flash memory is a type of computer memory that store data even when the computer is off. Micro flash memory is small non-volatile memory chip that's to store and transfer data in many devices, including smartphone, cameras, and USB device. Capacity. Capacity it refers to the number of bits or bytes or bits a storage medium can hold. For an example, 1 byte 8 bits, 1 megabyte 1024 kilobyte, 1 terabyte 1 trillion byte, 1 exabyte or XP 1 quintillion byte, 1 yottabyte or YB 1 septillion byte. In other, 1 KB is equivalent 1024 bytes, 1 GB is equivalent 1024 MB, 1 databyte or 1 petabyte or PB is equivalent to 1 quadrillion byte. 1 zettabyte or ZB is equivalent to 1 septillion byte.
Let's talk about the system unit. The system unit is a box-like case that houses the computer mains hardware or components. Ito po yung karaniwang makikita sa tabi ng computer or kung saan mo siya trip ilagay sa taas or sa baba. Dito po nakalagay lahat yung kailangan ng computer like chipset, CPU, RAM, ROM, cooler, etc. Parts of the system unit. First is motherboard or mainboard. The motherboard is the main circuit boarding holding the integrated circuits for the microprocessor, memory, etc. The motherboard also supports internal connectors for the hard like disk drives, optical drives, CD, DVD, etc. and external connectors for the mouse, keyboards, printer, and speakers. Think of this as the computer skeleton. It's hold all the other parts together. Dito po nakakonect lahat ang parts ng computer. Dito po nakakonect yung mouse, yung DVD. Dito mo rin po kinoconnect yung mga, kung need mo mag-speaker or yung Bluetooth speaker. Need mo po i-connect yung headphone mo po. Next would be the hard drive storage or HDD. It uses the main storage device for program and data when the computer is not being used. Dito na po na-stack lahat po ng data or program na ginagawa mo kapag hindi mo po ginagamit yung computer mo. It usually measure as megabytes, terabytes, or gigabytes. The next would be optical drive, CD or DVD. It is a DVD drive allows removable optic disc to be used to store information. Alam mo naman pa siguro yung CD or DVD. May nakalagay po dito na information and i-insert mo lang po siya sa may motherboard and yun na po. Magagamit mo na po yung information sa loob. And pwede rin po siya store ng information dito. The next would be sorry. Memory RAM. Memory RAM is the processor working area in this. Here, all operation actually take place while the computer is running. Memory is also called a random access memory and consists of small memory chips which fit into lots of motherboard. Ito naman po siya yung short-term memory lang po siya. Halos ito po ay nagagamit mo kapag gumagawa ka ng mga file and gumawa ka po ng like nag-browse ka sa ibang apps. And pag binalikan mo po siya, doon po siya gumagana, pang short-term lang po siya. Hinohold niya po yung file na ginawa mo before lumipat ka ng ibang app. Next would be microprocessor or central processing unit, CPU. This is the computer on a chip and a device which actually execute the instruction. Kung ano man po yung ginagawa mo, yung CPU po yung nag-uutos sa computer na gawin yung mga pinapautos mo. Okay? Next would be the components of the CPU. A is control unit, coordinates the control or path of computer system. Wait lang po. Ito lang po yung parang boss na nagdidirekta sa mga other parts ng computer. Next would be arithmetic logic unit. Perform arithmetic or logical operation. Para siyang, ito yung gumagawa ng mathematics sa computer mismo and siya yung nagkukumpara ng mga bagay-bagay sa laptop, sa computer. Next would be registers. Temporarily store the most frequent use interaction and data. Ito naman po hold niya yung mga data na need mo na kailangan mo agad. Hindi po siya yung pang long term. Short term lang po siya. Next would be computer power supply. This is the supply electricity to all the parts in the computer. Ito po yung nagsusupply ng electricity para mapagana mo po yung computer. Ito po yung nagsusupply. Lahat ng electricity po dun sa computer. Next would be heat sink fan. This sits on the top of CPU and draws heat into the fins of the heat sink. Ito pa yung karaniwang makikita mo po dun sa kanina. Basta dun sa parang box po dun po sa taas niya makikita sa system unit po. Dun po makikita sa taas niya yung heat sink fan. Ito po yung para siyang exhaust fan, for example, exhaust fan. Hinihigop niya po yung hangin dun sa loob or yung mainit na hangin dun sa loob ng system unit mo para ilabas, para hindi may iwasan na mag-overheat. Next would be network card attached to the PCI peripheral component interconnect. Used for broadband connection like cable or DSI. Ito naman po, kung sa power supply is kumukonekta sa kuryente, ito naman po is sa internet. Siya po yung kumukonekta sa internet. Next is sound card. It is a computer expansion card that facilitates the input and output of audio signals to and from computer under control of computer programs. Ito lang po yung nagmamanage ng sounds. Ito po yung nag-i-input or output ng sounds sa computer. Graphic card. It is an expansion card whose function is to generate and output image to display. Ito po, para makalaro ka po, need mo ng graphic card para makita mo yung mga picture or yung parang moving frame dun sa computer. Next would be chipset. It is a collection of chips that provide the switching circuitry needed to move data through computer. Ito yung groups ng chips na nag-act as the connection point of or other parts of the computer, allowing data to flow between them. Ito yung parang mga bridge na nagko-connect dun sa mga parts ng computer para makapag-connecta sila lahat, para makapag-share sila ng information para sa isa't isa. Next would be cooling fan. Ito naman yung parang lang siya, heatsink fan na ginagamit para sa cooling purposes ng iyong system unit. CMOS battery. It provides CMOS with the power when the computer is turned off. All the motherboards come with a battery. This battery is mounted on the motherboard is one of the three ways. The obsolete external battery, the most common onboard battery and built-in battery. Okay, as the word itself, battery po. Next is IDE, Integrated Drive Electronics. Ito po, minamanage yung communication between the computer and the hard drive CD-ROM. Minamanage niya po yung communication nilang dalawa. Next would be SATA or Serial Advanced Technology Attachment Controller. Major upgrade of IDE controller responsible for controlling the hard drive of CD-ROM. Ito na po yung advanced version ng IDE or Integrated Drive Electronics. Ito po mas advanced po siya kasi kinokontrol niya na po mismo, hindi lang po siya nag-manage. Also responsible for managing the hard drive and CD-ROM. It generally faster and more efficient than IDE. Now let's talk about the computer software or computer software components. It refers to the set of computer programs, procedures that describe the programs, how they are to be used. We can say that it is the collection of programs which increase the capabilities of the hardware. Ito naman po yung parang, imagine po yung computer na big machine computer. It can do a lot, madami siyang kayang gawin. Pero kailangan niya pa rin ng instruction to know what to do para alam niya yung ginagawa niya. These instructions are called computer software. That means instruction. Computer software is a generic term of organized collection of code representing instruction executed by computer. Software is often written first as source code and then converted to binary format that is specific to the device on which code will be executed. Para po siyang recipe ng cake. Yung recipe ng cake. The recipe tells you what ingredients to use. Ano yung gagamitin mong ingredients para magawa mo yung cake. And how to put them together and paano mo sila gagamitin. The software tells the computer what to do step by step. Sinasabi po ginaguide po ng computer mismo, ini-instructan niya yung computer kung ano yung gagawin step by step. There are two main types of software. First is system software. Ito na po this is like the cookbook of computer. Tinuturo niya kung ano yung gagawin ng computer, paano niya ma-manage yung memory niya, and how to communicate with its different parts. You don't see, hindi mo siya makikita, pero napaka-essential or importante niya mismo sa computer. That means intangible siya. Hindi mo siya nakikita or hindi mo siya mahawakan. System lang siya mismo. Next would be application software. This is like the recipe for specific things you want to do on the computer. It could be a recipe for playing a game, writing a story, or browsing the internet. Application software uses the system software.
So now let's proceed with the system software. So without system software, it is impossible to operate a computer. So yung system software is responsible for controlling, integrating, and managing the individual hardware components of a computer software. So these are general programs designed for performing tasks such as controlling all operations required para mag-work or mag-move yung data into and out of a computer. So itong system software communicates with printers, card reader, disks, and tapes. Next, we have the types of system software. First is the operating system. So, when we say operating system, by the word itself, operating, so sila yung nag-ooperate. Ito yung software na nagko-control and nagmo-monitor sa lahat ng ginagawa natin or lahat ng applications na ginagamit natin. Ito yung nagpro-provide ng platform for software developers who have to design applications with the operating system. So, ito yung operating system is responsible for the management and coordination of activities. So, this is the interface between the computer and the user. So, next we have the function of operating system. So, we have the memory management, resource allocation and sharing, backing store management, and so on and so forth. And isa-isahin natin yan. So, first we have the memory management. So, ito yung the operating system has to allocate memory to each program that is running, including itself, para kahit para mag-run yung iba't ibang app, kumbaga, na hindi lang iisa. So that several programs can be open at once. Next, we have the resource allocation and sharing. So, parang yung nauna din na para ma-open mo yung isa, kahit naka-open na yung isa, kahit may naka-open na. So, the operating system allocates processing time, memory, and resources to each other. So, para makapag-multitask, kumbaga. Next, we have the backing store management. So, the operating system controls the transfer of the data from disk to memory and back again. So, next we have the interrupt handling. So, interruptions. So, nadidetect ng operating system yung mga nakaka-interrupt sa ginagawa natin. For example, nagpre-print ka, tapos nawalan ka ng bond paper. Magbibigay ng error message yung operating system na nawalan ka ng bond paper. So, yun yung interrupt handling. Nadidetect ng operating system yung mga, kumbaga, problems or interruptions or barriers. Next, we have the process management. So, yung process management helps the operating system to create and delete processes and provides mechanism for synchronization and communication among processes. Next, we have the file management. So, the operating system help to manage all the file related activities. Next, we have the device management. So, nadedetect natin dito or na-track natin yung input and output controller. So, device management, it keeps tracks of all devices. It also performs the task of allocation and the allocation of the device. Next, we have the input-output system. So, input-output system management. So, one of the main objects of the operating system is to hide the peculiarities of the hardware device from the user. Next, we have the secondary storage management. So, the operating system manages the storage devices. Kasi we have several levels of storage. We have the primary storage, secondary storage, and the cache storage. So, and lastly, we have the, and we have the security. So, this module protects the data. By the word itself, diba, security. Sinisecure niya yung mga data and information of a computer system against malfunction and or malware or unauthorized access. Malware threat and unauthorized access. Next, we have the command interpretation. So, ito naman, ini-interpret nito yung command, yung operating system, ini-interpret niya yung commands given by the acting system resource to process that command. Next, we have the networking. So, a distributed system is a group of processors which do not share memory, hardware device, or a clock. So, the processor communicate with one another through the networking. Yun yung isang function ng operating system. Next, we have the job accounting. So, dito sa job accounting, it keeps track of time and resource used by the various job and users. Next, and lastly, we have the communication management. The coordination and assignment of compilers, interpreters, and another software resource of the various users of the computer system.
Ang tatakan natin for the days is the types of operating system. So, ano nga bang operating system? Program that controls a computer hardware and software. Like example, the OS. What is OS? OS manage the computer memory process and storage. There is a common operating system like Microsoft Windows, Mac OS X, Android, iOS, and iPad OS. So there is 8 types of operating system. The batch operating system, mobile OS, multitasking time sharing OP, multiprocessing OP, distributed OS, real-time OS, network OS, and now let's proceed to ano nga bang mga tungkulin nila sa what are they job in operating system of what I told. What ay sinabi ko. Now we're going to the first is the batch operating system. A batch operating system, computer system that processing job in a batch without use interaction. The user of a batch operating system never directly interacts with the computer in this type of OS. Every user prepares his or her job on an offline device like a punch card and submit it to computer operator. Next is multitasking time sharing. In this type of operating allow multiple programs to run simultaneously on a single computer. It is the processor time or CPU, which is shared among multiple users, is termed as time sharing. The word time sharing. Next is real time. An operating system with two key features. Future predictability and determination. It is also known as embedded operating system. It is totally depending upon the clock interrupts. Next is distributed operating system. A system that connects multiple computers to work together as they were one computer. Like workstation, workstation, terminal file service, and database service, computer node, workstation. Nakakapaloob lang sila sa isang system like yung communication network. It say that it is used in many processors located in different machines to provide very fast computation to its user. Next is network operating system. A software that manages a network's resources, data, and services. Let's continue. Network operating system runs on a server. It provides the capability to manage data, user group, security, application, and other networking functions. And the last The last types of operating system is the mobile OS. Mobile OS or software that runs application on device like like smartphones, tablets, and others. And also it is our DOS OS, which is specially that are designed to allow and power smartphone, tablets, and wearables device to run application and programs. Let's proceed to example of operating system. There is a 6 type of example of operating system. The Unix operating system, the Macintosh US Mac OS, the MS-DOS, Microsoft Disk operating system, Microsoft Windows operating system, and Linux operating system. Now let's begin in the Unix operating system. Based on our lecture, it is created in Bell Labs way back in the 1960, and it's become popular in 1970 for the high-level computing. Since a lot of internet services were originally hosted on Unix machines, the platform gained tremendous popularity in the 1990s. It still leads the industry as the most common operating system for web server. Next, the Macintosh US Mac US, developed by an Apple computer in January 24, 1984. The GUI, graphical user interface, the use of icons, buttons, a pointing cursor, and a point and click command to execute instruction rather than the usual command time-driven interface. Next, the MS and the DOS, Microsoft Disk Operating System. It was the most dominant operating system for the PC compatible platform during the 1980s. It is command line driven interface program where the user interacts with the computer through command prompts to execute different program. Next, Microsoft Windows operating system. It is the first introduced an operating environment named Windows in November 1985. And lastly, the Linux operating system. Linux is an open source operating system for a personal computer, servers, and many other hardware platform that is based on the Unix operating system. Let's proceed to the other topic, the utilities programs. A software is application that perform a specific task to maintain or improve a computer performance. There is sample of utilities program like the uninstaller, antivirus, cleanup or disk cleanup, backup utility. Utilities, these are small, powerful program with a limited capability. They are usually operated by the user to maintain a smooth running of the computer system. Like for example is, kanya cellphone natin. it's hung, like we cannot touch it anymore because of the virus spread in spread in the system of computer. We can install an type of utilities para maging smooth ulit ang ating pagtakbo ng computer system. We can use the antivirus. We can delete some apps that we're not using anymore, to maintain the storage device, to maintain the smooth running of the computer system. Number 3 is the device. Excuse me. Number 3, device driver. This is a tool such as handheld device, desktop. Ensure for computer use to design and transfer program to the memory unit. Specialized program that allows communication between a device and the computer, loaded into memory each time a computer is started. We're now going to jump to another topic. It is the application software. So, what is application software? It's a type of software that performs tasks to directly benefit or assist the user. It is installed on top of an operating system such as MC Windows. In application softwares, there is a type of application softwares. Two types of application softwares. The proprietary application software, customized software, or the packaged software. So, ano nga ba ang proprietary application software? It is a software designed for a particular customer. It is this case we need to hire a computer programmer or a software creator to develop software for the customer. Next is the box software. It is the kind of off-the-shelf application software programs developed for sale to the general public. Here are 10 types of example of application software. The first one is the word processing software. Use this kind of tools to create worksheet, type letter, and type paper. The following sample are the MS Word, Microsoft Word, MS Word, Words Perfect, MS Works, and Apple Work. The next is desktop publishing software. Use this software to make sign banner, greeting cards, illustrative worksheet, newsletter, and other more. The following the example of this is the Apple Works, MS Publisher, and MS Words. Next is the spreadsheet software. Use this kind of tool to compute number-intensive problems such as budgeting, forecasting. For example is the Lotus 123. You know that Lotus. Then Quattro Pro. Next is database software. Use this software to store data such as addressing, membership, and text information. Example of this is the FilmMaker Pro and the Apple Works and MS Works. Presentation software. Use this software to create multimedia tasks, stack of cards, screen that can effectively present a lesson or a sales pitch. Example is the MS PowerPoint, digital chisel, HyperCard, Director, or Flash. The next is Internet Browser. This software allows one to surf the web. Often they can read email and create web page to the following example. Following example is for this is the is the AOL browser, Google, Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, web browser, Safari from the iOS. Hindi. Safari from the iPad. iPhone. iOS. Next is the email program. This program send and receive email. The following example are the Netscape Messenger or the Outlook Explore, Eudora, and AOL browser. Next, graphics programs, pixel-based. This software allows one to touch up photographs and create graphics from scratch. Example is the Paint Shop Pro, Apple Work, MS Work, and other more. Graphic program. This software create graphics that are similar to illustration or cartoon drawing. Example for this is the Illustrator, Corel Draw. Next is communication software. This software allows the two computer with modems to communicate through audio. Like for example is Messenger, NetMeeting, or Google Meet, and other more.
Next, we have the capabilities of software. We have 3, the object linking and embedding, the portability of data, and lastly, we have the upgradability. So, when we say object linking and embedding, so this allows information to be shared between applications. For example, gumawa ka ng spreadsheet sa Excel and pwede mo tong i-import sa i-open sa Word. Next, we have the portability of data. So, this allows files to be transferred over the internet among different types of computers. Next, we have the upgradability. So, software upgrades can provide new and useful features, but they can also cause problems. For example, problems kasi yung documents is not compatible sa compatible version. So, for example, Word 6 file can be read in Word 97, but a Word 97 file cannot be read in Word 6. So upgraded software frequently required more memory, more disk space, and a faster processor. So, yung hardware, need siya na i-upgrade. So, na-upgrade siya para maging, kumbaga, ma-open siya or magiging compatible siya. Yun yung capabilities ng software. Now, let's proceed with the humanware. So, when we say humanware, most of the time, it describes the customer experience of software and the hardware. And it refers sa mga users ng computer system, either direct or indirect. So, humanware is also called as the livingware. Humanware is yung mga taong gumagamit. Next, we have the different types of humanware. So, first, we have the computer engineers. So, yung mga computer engineers is more on, nagde-design ng application, software designs, and application to address the needs of a particular industry or sector. So, they are primarily responsible for the update in the software as well as providing additional customization of current software to ensure the system functionality. Next, we have the software engineers. So, ang software engineers naman ay responsible for the design and development of the software. Sila din yung nagte-test and nag-evaluate ng software. Next, we have the information technology specialist. So, these people these specialists are tasked to plan and coordinate the installation, operation, and troubleshooting and maintenance of the computer software and hardware system. Next, we have the website designer. So, they are engaged in the construction of the navigation schemes of a website. Next, we have the computer technicians. Sila naman yung nagre-repair and nagme-maintain or responsible sa maintenance ng computers and its servers. Sila yung nagbi-build ng bagong hardware as well as installing and bringing up to date the software. Kumbaga, upgrade. And next, we have, they are also tasked with the creation and maintenance of the computer networks. Next, we have the computer operator. So, sila yung nagmo-monitor, nagko-control ng computer system. Lalo na sa mainframe computer system in a company or organization. Next, we have the system analyst. So, they are the one who work to solve problems related sa computer technology. Next, we have the project manager. So, sila naman yung responsible sa overall responsibility for the successful initiation, planning, design, execution, monitoring, controlling, and closure of a project. Next, we have the programmer. They refer to a specialist in one area of computer programming or to generalist who writes code for many kinds of software. Next, we have the database administrator. So, database administrators are responsible for the performance monitoring, security, integrity, troubleshooting, as well as the backup and data recovery of a database. They use specialized software to store and organize data. And lastly, we have the server administrator. So, sila yung, it has the overall of a server. This is usually in the context of a business organization where a server administrator oversees the performance and condition of multiple servers in the business. It can be in the context of a single person running a game server. So, sila yung kumbaga tumitingin sa iba't ibang server. Yun. And these are the different types of humanware.